Hello there everybody. So again, we're coming back now for video number 3, and this time we're going to take what we've done in the first 2 videos and we're going to add in some movement and relaxation as well. We're going to do some seated Qigong. Qigong means energy breath exercise or energy breath skill. And the Qigong exercises we're going to do are from the Shibashi first set. So again, this is about the tandem coaching method with the student behind and the instructor or the support worker, the pilot, in the front. And again, we're going to be doing what's called proprioceptive learning. So the student with the visual impairment is going to be using touch to get a sense and understanding of the posture and the movement. But again, the key principle here is song, release, to relax. Okay, so the first exercise we're going to do is called settling the energy. So the pilot, the person in the front, first of all, gets the posture first. So they get in the Wuji posture, which we did in video number 2, and we get nice and relaxed, nice and settled. And then the student behind comes forward, gets a sense of where the shoulders are, the elbows, the wrists, and the fingers. And then when we're ready, we begin. So we're settling the energy. Settling the energy is the basic up and down movement. And as the name implies, it's about allowing the lighter energy to come up in the body and the more dense energy to sink down to the lower half of the body. So the instructor, the pilot at the front, only does as much as the student needs to understand the movement, because they're going to mirror this now and they're going to have a go. So have you got that, Karen?
Yes.
Right, okay, so then the pilot stops and then goes to the student. And then the student has a go at mirroring that exercise. So, okay, Karen, you're going to have a go at settling the energy. Okay, so the instructor, the pilot, then checks the posture, checks the breathing. Of course, the harmonizing the breathing with the movement is just as important as the movement. And when the student has got that, again, do as many repetitions as is comfortable. 6 to 9 is a good number of repetitions. But again, the feeling of song is important. Okay, so that's the first one. We'll go on to the second one now. And this is called opening the chest or opening the heart. And it's a basic opening and closing movement. So again, the pilot demonstrates the movement first of all. Okay, so the student gets a hand on the shoulders, ready for the start. So again, the feedback from the student is important. Instruction from the pilot is important.
Okay, I know what the arms are doing, but I don't know what the hands are doing.
Okay, so that's important feedback. So I'm going to turn now. Okay, so we're going to repeat. So the arms come up. Palms turn towards the chest, and then we open and expand, and then close, drop the elbows, and the hands come down, and we repeat, and we bring in the breathing. So we breathe in as we open, and breathe out as we close. Okay, so I check with the student, Karen, have you got that? If you understand the movement, open, breathe in, close, breathe out, elbow drops.
Yeah, if you can just do it once more.
Okay, so arm up. So the elbow is up as the hands expand. We breathe in, close in the arms, we drop the elbow, hands float down, and we breathe out.
Okay.
Okay, so now the student then has a go, mirrors that exercise. Again, the breathing and the movement is just as important. Okay, so that's good. So I'm checking with the student that she's got the correct movement and the breathing is there, and she's not forcing the breathing or out of breath in any way at all. And then we can move on to the third one. So the third one is called Parting the Clouds. So again, what I'm going to do, because of I'm going to be raising the hands above the head. So with parting the clouds, this is important for skeletal alignment, but it's also important for stretching the body, stretching the back, and stretching the front as well. So what I'm going to do is just bring the hands in front of the abdomen. Okay, so Karen's going to get a feel for that. Okay, so I'm going to bring the hands up the center line, up, and now, so I need to turn towards her, because if I'm turning forward, she's not going to get a feel for where the wrist and the elbows are. So she gets a sense of where the arms are coming up and down. So it's a big up and out circular movement. Okay, so we bring in the breathe in, I breathe in as the arms come up and out. Okay, so we've got a sense of that breathe in as we come up and breathe out as we bring the hands back in front of the abdomen. Have you got that, Karen?
Yeah.
So again, the feedback between the instructor and the student is really important. So again, Karen's going to have a go at that now. She's going to try and mirror parting the clouds. Okay, so that's good. That's great. So I'm now happy as instructor that Karen's got that. So again, Karen can do as many repetitions as she feels comfortable with. 6 to 9 would be perfect. Again, the breathing is just as important as the movement. So one last one, we'll do 4. One last one is called gathering energy. Again, so I'm going to turn slightly side on here. So Karen has a better feel for the posture. So the back of the hands with this one are pointing forward. So Karen is feeling the position of the hands and the wrist, the configuration of the arms as the wrist and the hands turn is important to get the shape of the arms. Okay, so the hands will come out to the side and then up. And then as the hands get to shoulder level, they're going to turn up. So Karen's going to notice that turning of the palm up, and then we bring the hands above the head, turning the palms down, then the hands come down the center line. And then we come back to the starting position. Okay, now we bring in the breathing. We breathe in as the arms come up. And breathe out as the hands come down. Again, we breathe in as the arms come up. And breathe out as the hands come down. So have you got that, Karen? Understand that?
Yeah.
So again, the instructor turns. Again, gives guidance, gives instructions on how to do that. Checks the posture, checks the breathing. So away you go, Karen. Have a go at gathering energy. Yeah, so again, she's got it fine. That's no problem at all. She has the breathing. So again, then Karen would do as many repetitions as she feels comfortable with. Again, 6 to 9 would probably be a good number just to start off with. So again, if the student feels out of breath any time or feels dizzy or nauseous, then of course you stop. But the idea here, the principle here, is to bring in song, to be released, relaxed, and bring it into the movement, and to bring it in with the breathing, and combine it with basic Qigong movements. Up, down, open, close, etc., etc. And then once we get relaxed and we get used to, the student gets used to that exercise in the seated posture, what we can do then in the last video, video number 4, is we can then progress, hopefully, to doing this standing up. And we'll do that in the next video.